middle children of history, man. No purpose or place. You have no Great War, no Great Depression. Our Great War is a spiritual war.
Actually, we can't play that, can we?
Probably not. Not with the
Probably
music.
not. I changed the background back because I'm like, oh gosh, I don't know if we can even have those in the background.
Yeah. It might get us a strike. Did you get a strike on the other channel?
No, because I proved it wasn't a semi-automatic weapon because it was a flintlock.
And the sad part is like we have to use YouTube because it gets a much better reach, especially people who don't have no introduction to this type of community.
Yeah.
I mean, if we had the option, it would be like X or Rumble all day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
If we could get the same reach. Just unfortunately, we have to use what we have. But
I hope they're joking. I really hope they're joking. You guys are joking, right? Like it is up right now. It says it's up right now. Hey, we'll get there. Give me a break.
This is a new channel.
Yeah. Come on.
I'm not piggybacking off of the 55,000 subscribers, although I probably got them 12 or 13 new subscribers. So hopefully y'all came over. Well, I have literally dozens of fans.
Dozens
of fans.
Or we have dozens of people who watch. They might not be fans.
Yeah, we have a lot of hate watchers. Did you see the Glock news today?
I did. That was interesting.
I think people are taking it in the wrong direction. Because the law that was passed in California was that because it can be currently modified into a machine gun.
Right.
But to be honest with you, now with FRTs, everything can be. You just got to find a way to do it.
And even then, I thought it was only Gen 3.
Well, it is. Well, they can
The
all
California.
They all have the same fire control system. But to be honest with you, what it's going to do, it's going to be like the 1986 ban. All the Gen 3, 4, and 5 Glocks are going to shoot up in value because you can't get them anymore.
Yeah.
Because they're already flying off the shelves right now since they came out today.
Yeah.
And then they'll come out with like a Gen 6 or whatever, the Gen V.
Gen V, they're calling it. Yeah.
To change the fire control system. Now, the issue with that's going to be the aftermarket capability. There are people's ability to alter it at all, which, to be honest with you, most of us do not need to alter our Glock at all. Like we're just not good enough shooters to even worry about a better trigger or anything. So, but I saw that, and like there's only 3 of them that aren't affected: 43, 48. I don't think 43X maybe, but they already discontinued the 43. Now I thought they were already discontinuing the 43X, but
because they came up with a huge list of other discontinuations earlier in the year.
Well, they've been discontinuing a lot this year already. Like a lot of redundant firearms, like the 19X is now the 47,
48,
45, 48,
or I don't know. No, the 48 is the 43X, just slightly.
Yeah. So it's either the 43 or the 45 or the 47.
45 is the 19X or something. I don't know.
One of them's got has the Glock 19 grip and the 17 slide, which when you had iron sights, that was amazing.
Yeah,
because like you needed a better sight radius. Because you're using iron sights. But now with red dots, like the only reason you'd want, and to be honest with you, with mag extensions, you don't even need the extended grip anymore. Because I don't have it on me right now, but I've got a +5 mag extension on my 19, puts me up to 20 rounds. I'm like, why would I need to go to 17? I mean, I guess it could put me up to 22, but it's a lot harder to conceal carry when you have that much more.
Right. Yeah, the grip. Who cares about the grip? Yeah. Or I should say the grip is what matters more for concealed carry than the barrel.
Unless you have giant hands, and then you need the bigger one, right? Like I've got medium-sized hands, very average hands, right? So
that's gonna be your new nickname. Average hands.
I'm gonna let y'all stew on that one for a minute. But I don't need like a 19 fits perfectly in my hand. You know, my hand actually might be just slightly a little too like if I had like a
Thanks,
pinky,
Mrs. C.
thanks with C. Um, but other than that, you know, there's just no reason to really unless you have big hands. But a lot of the comments I've seen is people talking about how you know, this is Glock, you know, bowing down to the government and whatever. I'm like, this is an amazing business opportunity for them. Right. Not only do they get everybody's Glocks Gen 3, 4, and 5s that are already out there to increase in value because you can't buy them anymore. But now everyone's going to want to replace with a new system of whatever it is, especially in California, because they're only going to be able to buy the new system.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to definitely increase sales just in California. And if you have other states, you know, that are trying to follow suit, like New York or, you know, Maine or something, you know, they're going to have to buy the new one. So this is a huge opportunity for them to really increase sales. So I didn't see it as the bowing down that other people have, especially with like the Scar. First of all, I don't know why anybody's upset about the Scar being discontinued. That is a crappy gun. Like I've never known anybody that has that and they love it. Like everybody I've known that had it issued to them in the military hated it.
Really?
It was, yeah, they just had so many issues with it. And so it's just now when people can't get it now, they're like, oh, I can't believe they're discontinued. It was the best rifle ever. And no, it really wasn't.
It definitely wasn't, you know, twice as good as a high-end AR, which is what it costed.
Absolutely not. It was definitely twice as heavy.
True.
Yeah, that thing was.
I mean, I have PSA's Scar we have at home, and it's not super light.
Yeah. I don't get the Scar love. I don't like when I first saw it, I was like, oh, this is cool. You know, but I was like, man, $2,800?
Okay.
At least.
The Scar love is all because of video games.
Yeah. Well, it's like the ACR.
And it really is. The ACR, yeah, exactly.
There's a company named Templar something, and they have redone the ACR. There's a guy, let me see if I can find his channel. There's a guy in South Carolina that has a really cool channel I like, and he's like me. He's got a Southern accent. And Operator Overalls. You ever seen him?
What?
Operator Overalls?
No, I haven't.
So he has a pretty good channel. But it's like Templar International, Templar something, redid the ACR, and they gave him one to shoot, and he really liked it. And I was like, man, I had an extra like 2,000.
Templar Precision.
There, is that it?
Yeah.
They redid the ACR.
Yep, your ACR specialist.
Yeah, but it's all pre-order and stuff, and so it looks good.
Because Bushmaster for a while had them on their website for $50,000, right?
Yeah. Well, Magpul's been talking about redoing the ACR.
Right, because that was Bushmaster and Magpul together, wasn't it?
And with them just going, and because the RXM is so popular, I could see them like, hey, let's do the ACR now and see if we can. Because the RXM has become the Glock phone.
I have a hard time buying a Ruger semi-automatic. I've not been.
Well, Ruger's not owned by Ruger anymore.
Who owns them now?
Somebody bought them in like 2019. Let's see if I can find
all the Ruger semi-automatics I've had have been a pain in the butt.
I get that. You know, Beretta is bought. And no, they bought a chunk of it.
Well, it looks like it's publicly traded with a majority being owned by investors like BlackRock.
Yeah. That's why PSA does so well, because they're a private company. You know, and they don't have to worry about stockholders and votes and all that. And board members.
I think USA is a private company too.
Yeah, that's true. What did you so another piece of gear that got announced, I think today or yesterday, was RMA's new level 4 plates.
I've seen those. I've been curious. I do not have plates at this point. I don't have a plate carrier.
So when you get into armor, one, stay away from steel unless you're using it for training.
Right.
Only because steel has a lot of inherent issues in it. One, it's heavier. that you don't need heavy if you're going to be carrying, if you're going to be wearing it all day. But there is been instances of spalling. Now, some companies have put anti-spall coatings on them to help with that. And then if you put like a frag pad on it, that'll help. If it's in a carrier, it'll help with spalling too. But just don't risk it. You need something that absorbs and not deflects. Pretty much. Well, RMA has always been a really good company for affordable level 4 ceramic plates. Every year,
every gun tuber, when they shoot a plate, it's an RMA plate.
Yeah, every year, RMA does like some type of sale where you can get like 2 level 4 plates for $200. Now they're heavy is the issue. These level 4,
completely legal.
Depends on your state. New York, you cannot.
You can in New York?
No, they outlawed it. But most states, yes. They're trying to pass a national law to outlaw it, but it never went anywhere. But
let's pass a law to outlaw something that literally makes it easier to survive a gunshot.
Yeah, it's crazy. But that was after the Dallas shooting. Remember the Dallas shooting where he shot all those cops?
How long? Like recently, or are you talking about the
It was in like 2017 or 18.
Okay.
The Dallas officer that shot all the cops in downtown Dallas. It was basically, he was former military, and it was crazy watching it because he's going around these huge columns and he's pieing off and just destroying these cops because they don't know how to deal with somebody that knows tactics.
Right.
I think he killed like 3 or 4 of them. But after that is when they started talking about like outlaw, because he had plates on. The shooter did. But anyway, RMA's plate, they have these ceramic plates are level 4. And to go into the ratings, they have to claim they're level 4, they have to be approved by NIJ. And NIJ has to approve that they can say it's level 4. So they're, approved to be able to carry that certification.
And a level 4 will stop God's caliber armor piercing rounds.
It'll stop up to 30-06 armor piercing.
30-06 armor piercing, right?
Yeah. But it hurt. I mean, you get shot with that. The 30-06 armor piercing, it's going to hurt. It's going to leave a bruise and a broken rib or 2.
Yeah.
But they're about like 8.5 pounds each. So you're looking at like 19 pounds, 17 to 19 pounds, depending on, because it fluctuates, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of weight on top of your plate carrier, which is probably 3 or 4 pounds at least, plus all your mags and everything. Like if you're carrying, 225 rounds of 5.56, you're looking at another 10 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Eventually you're like hitting 50 pounds just wearing all this stuff, right? Well, their new plates they just came out with have gotten it down to each plate to 5.5 pounds.
Wow.
They've perfected some process or whatever. But on top of that, it's only like $100 more
than the old school.
Yeah, than the other level 4s, they're like 8.5 pounds. Which normally you would see like these lightweight, SRT special rifle plates. It would be like $800,000, $900,000. I've seen some HESCO plates at like $1,500 a piece because they use this, high grade plastic polypro ethylene something HP whatever.
Something that puts microplastics in your balls.
Yeah. And which probably explains why I have 3 girls and a boy. It's probably drinking all the water bottles in Afghanistan that were sitting on the sun for like 3 years before I finally drank them. But anyways, but like $300 a plate, you're looking at $600 front and back. That's really like if you've gotten everything else, you've got a really good rifle that you train with, you've got a couple thousand rounds of ammo, you've got at least like a 1 PVS 14 binocular, right? And maybe like a $1,000 thermal. Like you've got everything else, because plates, no, you don't need to worry about. Like that's very unlikely you're going to need them. Not only that, but you're not going to want to wear them because they're heavy.
I mean, they only do you good if someone is literally shooting at you.
Yeah, and you're squared off, right? Like if you're at the side, they can still shoot you. Well, look how the camera is. They can still shoot you through the side, right behind the plate,
or literally anywhere around it.
Yeah, that's why you have like the side plates that basically cover the obliques, and that helps a little bit. But that is 100% true.
What was I going to say? Oh, do you follow Rebels Raiders?
Yeah,
on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I've been looking at his Valkyrian plate carrier. I don't know if you have any opinion on that or.
No, I mean, to be honest with you, most plate carriers are fine.
Will work.
Yeah, most plate carriers are perfectly. They're all really made in the same. They're one of two places, either in the United States or in the same Vietnamese sewing shops, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I have an Agilite carrier. Well, let me take that back. I have the Agilite carrier, but I have it from the company that supplies them to them. So it's like the unbranded Agilite carrier.
All right.
But
I'll let
so
you
a plate
take this
carrier
one.
is just a vest that carries a plate in the front and the back. That's all it is. So, Rebels Raiders his new because he used to run Can A, but this one he's got gone out. It has been a lot of people love it. I mean, but it's more for the budget kind of guy, you know. But
Right.
it's perfectly, operable. It's perfectly resilient. And his big thing is he wants it to be durable. Dirty Civilians did a video about it, and they weren't paid to do it. He just got it and he loved it so much he wanted to make a video just
Okay.
about his stuff. So it might be a good one to go watch. But I mean, I wouldn't balk at buying it. I still have the one from the Marines. We Eagle Industries, I think, is who did it. That was when the plate carriers were first being issued, because before that we had the ITVs, and it was like this big, like it had shoulder pads and a groin pad and like a neck girdle, and it was crazy. And then we just started going to the plate carriers because you're a lot more mobile.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that come out. And I was like, man, that and the 9mm magazine for the AR platform that you can flip around and it holds
I
60 rounds.
saw that. That looks interesting.
That's the kind of innovation we need. That kind of
Yeah.
stuff, because nothing looks dumber than a 30-round, Glock mag shoved up in an AR. Like it looks like a little pencil you're trying to hold on to. This looks so dumb. But I'm glad someone was able to innovate a AR style mag with 60 rounds in it. I can hear Templeton next to me in the walls of my shop. We have our field mouse that, like, right above my shop here. The chickens for a while were getting up there and laying eggs, and I can't reach them because this roof is not load bearing. And so
okay.
there's a field mouse that gets up there and eats the eggs, and I can hear him going through the wall. Right
You
now.
call him Templeton?
I call him Templeton. Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, Paul, you're a little late, bud.
Just rewind, go back to the beginning. You'll catch all that. Yeah. And so now I'm carrying a collector's item.
It's funny. The one Glock I bought is the one that's not discontinued, and it's still broken in my safe.
All right. So we want to get into some Fudd lore here.
Oh, Fudds. Love Fudds.
So bring up the picture of what a Fudd is.
Well, here's a good example.
Yeah, we'll start with that. Let's bring up the picture of what a Fudd is and why we call them Fudds.
Okay, let me.
And then once we say this, when y'all start seeing like this conversations happening on social media or like your local range, your local gun store, you're going to start picking up on it a little bit more. Because gun stores are like Fudd emporiums.
Oh my gosh, I was picking up my latest purchase it was last Monday. Why I was almost late. Or why I was late, actually.
What did you buy? What was it you bought?
You're not gonna be happy.
I
finally bought a 226.
What generate? Like the newer 226?
Yeah, the X carry that just came out.
Okay. I don't mind the 226.
Yeah,
of all the things, that's probably the only one I would carry. Well, I wouldn't carry it; it'd be too heavy, but I would shoot it. I used to have a 226. It was issued by, we may have talked about this, is issued by some highway patrol, but it was in 357 SIG.
Oh, that's right. You had the really cool one.
Yeah. And in hindsight, I probably should have kept it.
You should, right? That's the one gun, one of the few guns you've ever sold. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, let me bring up the Fudd.
Rob is a Sigger. Sigger's not welcome. So the picture says, for those of y'all that are listening, right? So it's got a picture of Elmer Fudd, and it's Fudd is a slang term for a casual gun owner. For example, a person who typically owns guns for hunting or shotgun sports and does not truly believe in the true premise of the Second Amendment. These people also generally treat owners or users of so-called non-sporting firearms like handguns or semi rifles with unwarranted scorn or contempt. These are the guys that tell you, like when you go to the gun range, you're not allowed to shoot more than one round every 3 seconds, right? Or you don't need a red dot on your pistol. Iron sights have won 2 world wars, or whatever it is. Like they've always got some. It's always and they will always bring up the 21-foot rule from the FBI because that's like the only statistic they've ever memorized.
Very true.
Or they'll tell you like a woman should always own a revolver,
Double action.
Or like there's always these. They're like old wives' tales, but for men. And so they've always got these really crazy, just outlandish theories.
I was going to say, I mean, so the definition we showed, I mean, that's like the extreme end of Fudds, but Fudd is kind of, it's a good way to explain it. I don't know. It's like it's because there's a lot more to Fudds. It's not just someone who only shoots shotgun, right? It's almost like you know how annoying trads are in the Catholic world. It's like that, except not
no, I got it.
Okay.
Fudds are the ortho bros, right? Because they never go to mass, but they tell everyone what mass is supposed to be like.
And they'll quote some council from 1,200 years ago.
Fudds are because you'll see them at the gun store, and they'll tell you don't need to buy that plastic gun, referring to Glock. You should buy a metal gun like a Beretta at least a 1911. In 1911s, they're fun to shoot.
I mean, so as an enthusiast, just a gun enthusiast, like I like all sorts of cool guns.
Yeah.
I like the 1911.
I mean, I shoot a muzzle loader, right?
Yeah,
muzzle loaders are fun.
Yeah,
like shoot something that's fun, but I would never carry a 1911, right? Because you only got 7 rounds,
right?
Because
there's nothing it does that another more modern gun doesn't do better.
Yeah, absolutely. And on top of that,
Settings, Fuzz are settings. That's what they are.
But like a 1911, it's got all kinds of like jamming issues.
Not drop safe, probably.
The feed ramp, if it's not properly polished, the rounds will hang up on the feed ramp. I've seen
you got to keep that thing clean and lubed,
or super fickle, right? So, but they swear by it. 2011s are really only good for competition.
Yeah.
But because like not that I'm a big stickler for a drop safe pistol, because you shouldn't be dropping your pistol anyway. If you're dropping your pistol, you shouldn't be carrying a pistol. But they're heavy, man. I
could see them as duty pistols for police,
and some police do.
Right,
do carry 2011s. But the issue with especially staccatos, their trigger is not. How to put this? It's not very refined. We'll say there's a lot of wiggle room on a staccato trigger. It's not as tight tolerances as you'd expect for such an expensive firearm. But they're great for competitions. They're super accurate, but you can get a Shadow 2 compact or a carry for half the price and shoots better, and is much better for carry, right? But they are fun to shoot. 1911s are great, but they have their place, and it's not to carry anymore. When you have much better options. Some other ones are like some other Fudd lore.
Racking of a shotgun will scare someone away.
Yeah.
You won't even have to shoot them.
I mean, even President Biden said the same thing.
Yeah.
That thing's been around forever. Just rack that shotgun, man. and they'll run out of your house. Like, no, that's not how that works. Somebody enters into your house, they won't recognize a shotgun being racked because they've heard everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Fudds at the range are the worst. That's why it's, for example, when I lived in Georgia, there was no indoor ranges I could really go shoot at. I mean, I could go shoot, but none of them allowed me to draw from concealment. None, because it's all a liability issue and everything, right?
Yeah, a lot of indoor ranges don't allow that.
Right. They don't allow it because they're run by Fudds.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and the people that go there are Fudds that you don't want drawing.
Yeah, and they're catering to the lowest common denominator, which are the Fudds.
Yeah.
These are the guys that have like the Uncle Mike's nylon holsters, shoved in their pants.
Yep.
Or the guys who swear by ball ammo for carry, and so, for example, what was that one post I put on the notes?
I got it here.
The Fudd thing. This was a comment on one of the guys I follow.
Let me put it up here. Here we go.
So this is either, I don't know, this doesn't look like
this one.
Yeah, is that YouTube or is that like Instagram, or is that Facebook?
That's Facebook, man.
Oh, Facebook. You can tell by
look at the Fudd. Ha-ha. You're the Fudd.
You can see the stupid haha on there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if I'm pulling stuff off of Facebook, is only Fudds use Facebook. So the comment is, learn to shoot without optics. The hang up are bulky and slow you down. If you have time to use them, the court will argue you had time to flee. First of all,
and slow you down.
I live in a stand your ground state, so I don't have to flee. And secondly, acquiring my target with a red dot is a whole lot faster than iron sights. Once you get used to a red dot, you're so much faster than with iron sights. In fact, if you still use iron sights when you have the capability of using a red dot, you are behind the 8-ball.
Mm-hmm.
You're putting yourself at a disadvantage when you don't need to, especially if you're older. I'm mid 40s now, and my eyes aren't as good as they used to be, and so that red dot helps, man. It helps a lot. It really doesn't hinder me. Now, there was a learning curve at first to acquire, because your desire when you first use a red dot, when you pull that pistol up, is to find the dot. Well, that's not the goal. Your goal is to find the target and then superimpose the dot over top of it. So if you're chasing the dot all the time, it's going to be hard. You got to train yourself out of that. And an easy thing to do is just put a piece of black tape over the front of your red dot, and that way you're not trying to find the dot. I've got a friend who carries a Glock 19 for duty, and he has a red dot. And his department required them to get the RCR, which has the donut of death and the red dot in the middle. Mm-hmm. And he likes that a lot more because he can find the circle a whole lot faster, and that allows him to just dial in the dot.
Yeah.
So it gives him the point of reference.
Those are the red dots I like the most.
Now, I usually just use just the dot as small as I can get it, but I mean, I get it, especially if you're new to it. Absolutely. Now my rifle, I've got the donut of death because it allows ranging. Right? So I know, okay, this is what I hold if I'm 200 yards out. This is what I hold if I'm 300 yards out, and so forth. But yeah, absolutely. Red dots are, in fact, we're almost getting to the point, because red dots are so dependable and durable, you don't even need iron sights on a pistol anymore. Just like with a lot of rifles, a lot of these optics are so durable and reliable, you don't need backup iron sights anymore, especially if it's a prism sight where it's etched into the reticle. And that's not going to fail.
No.
Right? It's just not, maybe it doesn't light up because your battery's dead, but it's not going to fail. You're still going to have the etching on the reticle. Especially with like LPVOs, they're all etched on the glass, the reticle is. And so there's no reason to have to pay extra for good backup iron sights, because you're paying at least $150 for a good pair of backup iron sights. Mm-hmm. When you could put $150 into a better optic if you're going to spend that money anyway. But there is also the theory that, one is none, right? 2 is 1, 1 is none. So I get like the wanting to have the backup, but you eventually just have to you just have to be comfortable with, like, if this goes down, if my sight gets knocked off my rifle, if something's hit it so hard that my scope has been knocked off on my rifle's probably out of commission anyway.
It's true.
You know,
Hold on, I guess they
with
want.
the Fudd sliding in.
Okay, give me a second. Let me get it back up. Takes a second here, guys.
Fudds are also the guys that, like, everything they say to you is the gospel. Like, there is no room for them to be wrong whatsoever, right? And because they've learned, because their uncle used to work in the NRA, and so he taught them how to shoot, right? And so now everything he says is coming from straight from the Lord. You know, and some of the, like we said, the places you're going to find them most of the time are gun stores and ranges. Those are the most of the places that you're going to find them. And sometimes we all have a little Fudd in us anyway.
Yeah, of course.
You know, because we all have our, like, you know, our hang-ups on things that has always been good for us. And
some people would say my love of double single action makes me a little bit of a Fudd over striker fired guns.
Man, double single actions are coming back though.
They are, and I do love them. I really do.
It's funny how the gun industry always has cycles. You know, because we got away from, like, the pencil profile barrels on rifles for a long time, or like the you know, you got like the 16-inch barrel with like a 10-inch rail on it, right? And the quad rails went out for a long time, and they came back.
Quad rails are back,
yeah, cheese graters, as we like to call them. You know, but there's always cycles of things as they go in and out.
I mean, Beretta's re-releasing the M9A1.
Yeah, can't go wrong with a Beretta. I mean, it won 2 Gulf Wars.
Yes. Well, did it win the second?
You can't. Yeah. Did we win the first?
Like, yeah, it's true.
I don't know.
It pounded intense stakes through 2 Gulf Wars.
Why would we make you a guest? Give me something here. Sweeten the pot for me. Give me a reason. What's the issue for ball for carry? Ball doesn't expand enough. It's not as lethal as hollow points, or even a soft point, and its tendency to overpenetrate. Now, if you want penetration, right, because you're trying to shoot through a windshield or a cinder block wall or something, like, ball could be good, but you can get enough penetration with a hollow point to still get through some of these barriers,
especially something like Hornady.
Yeah, because some of them are what's called barrier blind, right? Where they say, like, it'll still punch through barriers, even though, like, especially Hornady critical duty has that you know, filament in the middle to help it punch through barriers. But
see if I can.
Like, Grand Thumb did a really good video, I think, on barriers and what rounds go through what a while ago. Like, a car door, 9mm can go through both sides. Like, you're not protected behind a car door at all. You're not even covered behind an axle. Like, you basically need to be in the best spot behind an engine block, and that's it. Even a 9mm is going straight through all those layers of any car, especially newer cars where they're mostly aluminum and plastic.
Mm-hmm. So Mike Lewis was kicked off and banned from locals after that episode, guys. Don't worry. Because we realized we shared the Telegram link that same night, and we did not want him in our Telegram group chat spilling our group chat to everyone.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Speaking of Telegram, y'all need to get in our Telegram. We have a competition going. It's been posted in Telegram, and the prize is I will buy you an Avoiding Babylon shirt of your choice for whoever wins. The rules and everything are up in the Telegram chat. You have till the end of the month. The end of the month, we'll pick a winner, And on top of that, because you're required to record your tribe, basically, whoever wins, your recording of your video of your tribe will be included in the intro video. So every month, whoever wins, that's how you're going to find out who wins. It's going to be in the intro video.
That'll be cool.
Right now, we only have one person that's submitted, so we need some people to submit.
I need
You got a pretty good score, so you're gonna have to do some practice. You got the end of the month. I don't care if you do it, post them all on the last day of the month and practice up till then. Good, but
yeah, that's kind of the whole point of it.
Get those entries in.
What
But we got
other-
a lot of stuff going on over there. We talk about a lot of topics. We've posted a lot of deals. There's a lot of deals right now and stuff, guys. If you want to buy ammo, there's never been a better time right now to buy ammo. We are in the Trump slump, and everybody's trying to offload a bunch of equipment. We're about to hit Black Friday. You're going to see a whole lot of deals come out for Black Friday. I mean, you can basically get
Just not Glocks.
well, maybe like, you might have some places trying to, because you have a lot of police turn-ins as well, like police trade-in Glocks, and so they're going to get rid of those too.
I suppose.
But you're going to see a lot of right now. If you can buy 1,000 rounds of 5.56 for like $400 with shipping, that's crazy. I know that sounds like that $400 is still a lot of money for a lot of us, but even if you buy 500 rounds for $200 with free shipping, like that's a great deal. So right now is the best time to stock up a bunch of stuff that you may have been waiting on. There's always deals on it, even Creedmoor. You're going to find the issue with Creedmoor is a lot of this, especially when you get into longer range shooting, you're better off reloading than buying factory, because your barrel, your gun is you're going to have to figure out what it likes, because a lot of long range shooting is very finicky. So it's fine to start out with some factory ammo if you're only going out to a few hundred yards, 500, 600 yards. But once you're wanting to go past that, you really need to start getting into reloading to figure out what temperament your gun has and what it likes.
So no, we cannot do super chats right now because the new channel is not monetized because we don't have 1,000 subs yet. So make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys share the channel, share the videos, so we can get up to 1,000 subs. We did. We want to watch that Fudd video.
Yeah, the other Fudd one. Yeah, let's do that one. This is Masad Ayub, who's big in the gun realm, giving his Fudd lore, because he's a Fudd, big Fudd, huge Fudd, big old Fudd.
Oh my gosh! Okay, we're making friends tonight, guys.
That catfish-eyed fucker from Wilson Combat with the bad wig doesn't know what he's talking about.
Don't do this.
Amen, brother.
Now everybody wants to be a cool kid and have all these gadgets in their gun.
Just do it as fast as you can.
Just do it.
I can do it faster than you. But I can drop the slide faster than you.
God forbid you don't actually shoot your gun either. That catfish eye.
There was a big deal, probably less than 5 years ago, where people were telling you not to dry fire your gun because it would wear out your gun faster.
Yeah, they would say, "Oh well, at least you have put snap caps in there and stuff like that."
Like you're fine. Like your firing pin is a hardened steel. It's going to last a long time, right? Very, very rarely do I see a firing pin break.
Yeah,
you're more than likely going to have your barrel shoot out before your firing pin ever comes into issues. Now that's with like stock firing pins. I've seen some aftermarket firing pins break after like 30 rounds, but that's what you get when you're buying aftermarket. You have to worry about that stuff. Speed racking. Yeah. It's what you're going to start seeing some things that people just make up a rule and they think everybody should believe it. Right. So
I bought that Springfield Prodigy, that their 2011. Remember? And I was having issues with it.
Yeah.
I did get it to work real well after manually racking it 1,200 times.
Golly, if you buy a gun and it needs a break-in period, right? Like you need to find a different gun.
Yeah.
I remember I bought my first handgun I bought was a Kimber 1911 subcompact, and they on the box it said it needs a 500 round break-in period. At the time, I didn't know anything because like the only other pistol I ever shot was a Beretta because I was still in the Marines.
Right.
Okay, 500 rounds. That sounds familiar. That sounds okay. So I shot 500 rounds, and it still shot the same. Like I never noticed it. Maybe it didn't need a break-in period. Maybe that's like their CYA for if their gun, because
Well, it's like
Kimber started
that.
using mold injected metal for a lot of their parts, and so like the quality control wasn't very good. So they had a lot of burrs and stuff that you'd have to wear through.
Yeah. The Cerakote coating on the Springfield was too thick.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I
So
believe
had to
it.
wear that one down a little.
Yeah. I traded for a Glock 17, and that thing had already had like 5,000 rounds through it before I got it. And I switched out the barrel and a couple other things. But I put in I put an extended mag release, and I put in an extended slide release on it. The issue with the slide release was it was actuating the trigger sometimes, so it shoot on full auto. Somehow it just kept like actuating not full, like it would shoot like 5 rounds in a row and then stop. I wouldn't say full auto, but
5-round burst is still cool.
yeah. So I had to put the other trigger back in it because I was at the range when I found out. So you had a couple of guys like
Had a
looking
couple
at me,
Fudds.
what's going on over here? What's going on? But I want to get to the point though where I can shoot so fast on a semi-auto that it sounds like full auto. That'd be amazing. Like kind of like a bump stock type thing. But
Yeah.
have you ever seen Micah Mayfield shoot from the hip and he just kind of like jerks the trigger a little bit and he can make it shoot full auto?
Yeah, if you hook your thumb in your
So,
belt loop, yeah.
We get to that point one day. All right, let's see what else we got in the notes we can go over.
Well,
You want to go over the EBT stuff?
sure.
Let's do that. So the first one's the Wall Street Apes. They don't play the sound on it, just kind of show them because there's some bad language in there, and I don't want that to come up.
Well, the last video we played said cat-eyed. So
Look,
Where's
man,
that?
we're just trying to explain somebody. So the first one's fine. The first one's fine. The second one is of the influencer. Don't let the sound play on that one.
okay, the first one with
First one should be fine. The Wall Street Apes.
okay.
That one. The first one of it. Yeah.
The federal
I'm pretty sure this is fine.
The federal government telling states not to send out November SNAP benefits. Here's the email I just got from the USDA. So here's the letter that the USDA sent us. You can see it's dated for October 10th. That was last Friday. Why am I now getting it today, Wednesday, the 15th? Well, it's because I did a story on SNAP benefit changes that are coming November 1st. I did that story yesterday. They responded by sharing this memo with us today. Let's take a closer look at it. Let's look at the second paragraph. Considering the operational issues and constraints that exist in automated systems and in the interest of preserving maximum flexibility, we are forced to direct states to hold their November issuance. The federal government telling states not to send out.
Okay. So that was the first one. And don't play the sound on this one, you say?
Yeah, do not play the sound on the second one. There's some rough language in it. He real upset. He is, as the kids say, chimping out.
Okay, let me make sure this is muted here before I share it.
I mean, you got like 5 or 10 seconds before it gets into the rough language. So basically what he's going over is this is a TikTok influencer who has like 400,000, something like that, subscribers on TikTok. And he is freaking out because he's finding out he's not going to get his Snap EBT.
He has 400,000 followers on TikTok, and he needs Snap.
Yep.
Seriously?
And he's some type of French African colony something. I don't know. 'Cause you can tell when
Algerian.
he starts pronouncing November, but he's freaking out this entire time. And if you look on social media, it's like there's thousands of these people just freaking out about losing their SNAP benefits.
Wait a minute. What do you mean YouTube down? Oh my gosh, yeah, Adrian, we showed the video of guns.
What video of gun? Oh, where they're racking the slide?
Yes.
And that caused YouTube to go down?
Yeah, remember? Yeah.
That's so dumb.
Removed, okay, due to community guidelines.
Golly.
Uh,
We're still up on X though, right?
yeah, everyone's saying we're up on X.
Golly. That's so dumb.
Why did I? Okay. It's going to make it really hard to do a live show about guns.
It is. Can we show pictures of guns? Can I draw a picture of a gun and hold it up?
Depends on how good of an artist you are. If you're really good, probably not.
I'm not that great of an artist.
We'll probably be fine.
We'll be fine. We'll be like stick figures holding guns. That's so dumb. That's so dumb.
Okay, so we're still live on YouTube, so we can finish out the episode, and I can upload it as a video, because it's only live they care about. Because I don't think it's really anything necessarily against guns. They don't want people live streaming
And like self-deleting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
So anytime the live stream sensor catches a firearm on screen, it takes it over.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. That makes sense. See, we're figuring these. Good thing we're not huge. So this might hurt somebody if like we had a huge channel.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you were like depending on money from these shows. Like, sorry, man, you're gonna go without a paycheck this week.
I wonder how we're gonna deal with this going forward.
We just can't show, or we're gonna have to pre-record something.
We could do live
But I don't like that
shows.
because I like the community involvement.
I mean, we could do live shows on Twitter, right?
Yeah,
And then
and then
release
post
it
it
a
to
day or
YouTube.
two later on YouTube.
We could,
It might be what we have to do,
maybe.
because otherwise we'll never be able to show not only our guns, but videos of guns. Like, that makes it hard.
Yeah, that does. We might have to do that. Just
Because they got us for a flintlock musket last
Yeah.
time.
so when you appeal this one or whatever, we might just have to like remove that segment of the video or something. Maybe.
Well, no, because it will be. So, yeah, I could appeal it, and I'll probably win. Because it wasn't even them firing guns,
yeah,
right? And like the thing is, you have to show that you're at a range. If you do it live, but I don't think. But even if I have them restore this, they're only going to have up to the point it was cut.
So what you're
Right.
telling me is we have to do a show one day where I'm at my range and I'm shooting guns at my range.
Yes.
Could it be any range? Can it be like my backyard range?
I will look
Or
into
do I have
the-
to be like at a commercial range? I could do that. I mean, I could set my GoPro and stuff, go out there and just talk and shoot at the same time.
This is a pain.
See, it's better we make these mistakes.
Those
now.
guns weren't even firing.
Mm-mm.
The flintlock fired, but
Yeah.
okay.
Well, all of our views are from X right now. It looks like everybody switched over to X.
We have, so the way, so when it shows X views,
Yeah.
is cumulative.
Yeah, I bet.
Whereas when it would show the YouTube views, that was live at that time.
So do we need to stop the stream and restart it?
No, we just need to finish it out, and then I'll upload the recorded thing up to YouTube.
But we're not going to have any community though.
No, we won't. It'll just be us talking.
Well, I don't have a problem with that, but that's gonna be very fun for everybody else.
It's weird, doesn't it feel lonely all of a sudden?
It does.
It's-
I like seeing the comments. Is there any way to bring up the comments from YouTube or from X?
yeah, yeah. If they're leaving them, so like these notice the X symbol in the.
Yeah.
So these were left on my video on X.
Okay.
We gotta figure out how to get your X account attached too, by the way.
I thought I
But
touched
okay, so we just gone over the EBT stuff. So
So-
before the show, I asked you if you thought that the shutdown was going to go long enough where that actually does happen, and you said you think so.
I think it has a high likelihood because there is a stipulation in federal law that in order to fire someone, you have to give them 60 days notice.
Yep.
Okay. And apparently a bunch of those notices went out as soon as the shutdown happened. So I think they're going to make the shutdown go for 61 days. And then they'll bring everybody. And so that way all those firings will go through and be permanent.
Yep.
Right. So we're looking at December 1st or so before this thing's over. So absolutely. But just keep in mind though, like if all these people who are so used to all their food coming from an EBT, like they've never had to actually come out of their own budget to buy food. And so keep in mind as well, what demographics normally use EBT?
Yeah.
Right. What kind of people, how do they behave normally when they have EBT? Right. And now you take away their food. Or you take away their ability for free food anyway, and because they're getting thousands of dollars. So having that many people that upset about not having food, and they already aren't on the best behavior, it's going to be like if you think Black Friday's bad when people are trying to get TVs, imagine that with food. Like when people, because most people are not used to going without one meal. And we have a little bit of a leg up on the competition because we're Catholics who are trying to do the right thing. So we usually fast at least once a week or so, at least a meal, right? So we get used to hunger a little bit better than the average person who just constantly satiates themselves and is not worried about ever being without food, or they never do go without at all.
Yeah, very true.
There's a lot of things going to run out of money here soon. I mean, the military the only reason they got paid is because the banks like USAA and Navy Fed have fronted them.
Oh boy,
the Navy Fed and USAA and stuff have done it before, right? When there was a government shutdown when I was in, and this was in like 2011, I think, 2012. Maybe Fed went ahead and paid us because they know it was going to come in.
right?
They paid in front of us, and banks just print money anyway. So they could just they have unlimited lending capability because they know they can be backed by the Federal Reserve.
Yep.
So the military is still getting paid. Even like federal agencies are still getting paid if they're with a bank that's doing it. Otherwise, depending on what their the budgetary assignment is, because I know some guys who are considered emergency personnel and they're still getting paid, even though they don't do anything. Like they're like, the Office of Government, or what is it, OGA, Office of Governmental Assistance or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, they're still getting paid, and all they're doing is like budgetary issues, right? Or keeping projects going. They're still getting paid, But so as we start to see a lot of these people who are not used to not eating, right, things are going to get bad. You're going to see. I've already seen videos of them like, well, I'm going to go up and I'm going to have my carts full of food, and I'm going to go to pay, and they're going to say it's not enough on there, and I'm just going to walk out with my food. You have 30 of those people at a time. There's not enough police for that.
No.
Store, right? Like it's going to be, and then that's going to cause a run on the rest of the food because everybody who's there paying with their own food, their own money to buy food, is going to see these people walking out with free food because the SNAP's not even paying for it. And it's going to cause riots. I guarantee we'll at least 1 or 2 riots from it, of people just making a run on food.
Yeah, and in both sides have reasons to want the shutdown to continue. The left
Mhm.
wants it to continue because they do want that sort of, unrest and riots. The right wants it to continue because, like you said, they want to fire, half the
Mhm.
federal workforce.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think you're right. I think we probably will see it go that long, and um, that's a bad time of year.
Especially on Thanksgiving. Like if you can't get food for Thanksgiving, right? And all these people are upset because they're not going to have that 50-pound turkey, or 30-pound turkeys or whatever they usually get. I'm not a big fan of turkey. Anyway, I mean, it's okay, but I'd rather have like a ham or something on Thanksgiving than turkey. But just like
is
honey baked ham,
is Adrian breaking it bad for everyone else?
probably.
Are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay.
I've
Okay.
got. I see one bar though.
One bar.
Yeah, one the Wi-Fi radar thing. I see one of three.
I love how I'm literally like one of the most remote rural people I know, and I always have better internet than you. I have better internet than Anthony in New York City. I don't get it.
If I was closer to the house, it would be better.
Yeah,
But
that's
because
true.
I'm 100 yards from the house right now, I'm kind of stretching the limits here. But if I was in the house, like I wouldn't be able to be free to say certain things because I got my kids listening. So we had to. This allows me a little bit more freedom. We just have to deal with spotty internet occasionally. Go for it. While you're there, go ahead and bring the dead bitch over because I got to bury 3 power lines and go from my house to my shop. So let's get it all out at once.
I think the Amazon internet outage hit Adrian. I think you're getting a little bit better.
And
Tonight has been perfect. Just great. Just could not go better, guys.
Rob is super uncomfortable right now.
I mean, not much more than usual.
Where are you and Anthony going over tomorrow night? Do y'all have somebody coming on?
I don't think we have a guest. I'm not sure what we'll be talking about.
Well, he's doing something Wednesday night with Mike Pantile, isn't he?
Yeah, him and Enoch can be with Pantil on Wednesday night, and then some Wednesday night in November I'll be on with Mike.
Is it Pantile or Pantile?
I think it's Pantile. I don't know. I just depends how Italian he wants to be, I guess.
I always find it funny when people have to correct them on their name all the time. Speaking of which, did you see Holdsworth go after Lewis?
Did not watch it, but
I haven't watched it yet. I'm saving that one.
I mean, obviously I'm on Holdsworth's side.
Well, obviously.
But I wonder if he knows what he's getting himself into.
The good thing for Holdsworth is he's self-employed, so he doesn't have to worry about being canceled
True.
from an employer. So he has a little bit more freedom for that stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
But if you've gone off the rails so much that Holdsworth is coming after you, like because the only person he's ever gone after is like Lofton.
Yeah, that's true.
So you must have messed up real bad if a Canadian's come after you. He set aside his niceness, and he's going to give you his all shucks, beat down. I don't know why my internet's staying this bad.
I mean, the video's still iffy, but the sound's at least better now.
At least it sounds good. It sounds better.
Yeah. It sounds
do we want to go? Do we want to go over Dr. K's art? It wasn't even his article; it's just on his podcast.
We can. I didn't read it. Was there some good stuff in there?
There were some poignant topics he went over, and the guy who did it. Let me pull it up.
John Mac
Maglinion or something.
Something Scottish or Welsh, something completely unpronounceable.
Yeah, John MacGleon. McGlen. I bet it's McGlen of the clan McGlen.
Why can't they just write that then?
I don't. They're Scottish. So he goes over.
True. We should be glad they're writing it all.
So he goes over the Annunciation shooting and such. But when he gets, so there's a paragraph right before the stop gun violence picture. Yeah, that one. So when this principle is extended outward, its force only grows. The duty to protect others, especially children, is even more binding than the duty to protect oneself. Children can't defend themselves. Their lives and futures depend entirely on the courage of those willing to shield them from harm. To deny such responsibility is to deny both natural law and divine command. It is to treat innocence as expendable, which no Christian conscience can accept. And this stretches into a lot of things, the pro-life cause, anti-abortion. Like we need to stop calling it pro-life, the anti-abortion cause.
I was going to say the only disagreement I had with the article was calling it the pro-life case for gun rights.
But I think that's a current shift that's needing to happen, right? Because pro-life has always been understood as, well, we're against abortion.
Yeah.
And we're pro like supporting the mother too. Right. But now it's because of the seamless garment has made is turned his ugly head again. We're seeing, this perversion of the term happening a lot again. So now we have to stop accepting the terms of the left on language.
Yeah.
And so we need to be we need to stop being nice, because we've been nice this whole time. Like, what's the pro-life cause? No, we're anti-abortion, right? We're anti-child murder.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, to your point, I agree, but I think that transitioning is happening now. Let's see. Then getting down, so 3 paragraphs down starts with Catholic social teaching. Catholic social teaching reinforces this truth through the principle of subsidiarity. Problems must be addressed at the most immediate level possible by those closest to the need. It is the same principle that entrusts parents, not bureaucrats, with raising their children, or local parishes, not distant offices, with caring for the poor. Applied to security, subsidiarity demands that when danger threatens a family or a parish, the first responsibility lies with those present. Protection cannot be outsourced to far-off authorities who arrive only after the harm is done.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
As we talked about before, when we were talking about Rick's book, the police have no duty to protect you. Their duty is to investigate the crime afterwards. Not only that, but most response times, the best response times, even the one that happened at that, Magic Underwear Church, they were there in like 2 minutes. 2 minutes. A lot of people can die in 2 minutes, right? Especially if someone has a semi-automatic rifle and they know how to use it. And a bunch of people are pouring out of a door, so there's a funnel of people coming out. I mean, he could have killed hundreds of people if he wanted to, and killing more than one person with one bullet. So with the police not having a duty to protect you, it is incumbent upon us to be able to, one, be trained enough to do it in order to take action when we need to, but to also have the capability of doing it, right? Which means you need to have a firearm. Right? So when I'm out with my family, I'm always armed.
Yep.
If I'm out with just one kid, I'm armed. There are sometimes if I'm out by myself, I may not carry. It depends on the situation. Like if I'm going for a run or a ruck or something, I may not carry, but I may, just for those of you who know where I live. But even if I go to the gym, I'll probably have one in a bag or something. Right. But my duty to protect my family is paramount. Right. And just like with you and your family, because I guarantee you, when you go out, you're probably carrying all the time too, especially because you live up north and it's a little bit easier for you to carry because you can wear bigger, larger clothing.
Yeah.
Right. Where it gets hot down here in the summer and I'm barely wearing a t-shirt and, some drawstring shorts, like it's a little bit more difficult for me to carry. But it is our responsibility to do that. Does it make it uncomfortable for me sometimes? Yeah. But so what? I'm uncomfortable. I'll get over it. I'd rather be uncomfortable and my kid's alive than being comfortable and something happens to one of my kids or my wife or whoever, right? Or maybe somebody that I'm just at church by myself and somebody else has their kids there and I have to respond to something, right? Like I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I know I have the capability to do something, but I didn't have the tools to do it. What do you think?
I like how he framed this through, this part through the subsidiarity. I think in our modern age, everyone, and I do mean everyone, not just the left, but the right too, has outsourced so much of things that should be their responsibility to someone else, whether it's daycare or government school, or even like the fire department. Like, yeah, it's a good thing the fire department is there, obviously, but you should have the tools to be able to put out a small fire in your own home. You know what I mean? Like we're so used to letting other people deal with our problems for us, and when those items aren't there for whatever reason, whether it's a government shutdown or some sort of natural disaster, suddenly everyone's left without the ability to care for themselves.
Yeah. I think because we lived in a high trust, mostly homogenous society for a long time, we could do that. Right. But since the 80s, when the floodgates were opened, especially under Reagan, that's slowly eroded. And now we're at the point where we're on the precipice of becoming South Africa.
Yeah.
And it's at a point now where if you want something done right, you're going to have to do it yourself, or you're going to have to pay out the nose for it. Right? And a lot of us don't have the funds. I'll give you an example on something. So we were going through our budget today, and I noticed and y'all might have seen this on X, but I was kind of complaining about it. My homeowners has almost tripled in 4 years. When I first moved into this house over 3 years ago, I was paying like $1,600 a month. In May, the payment was $4,300 from escrow. Right. And when I was calling for quotes today, it's going to be $4,900 next May if things keep going like they are. So it's definitely going to go up about 300%.
Wow.
And so now we're shopping around trying to see if we can find something cheaper, because that's insane. That
is insane.
You're looking at almost $500 a month just for homeowners, right? And nothing has changed about my house, right? And it's not like my coverage has gone up, because my house is still worth the same.
If anything, coverage on stuff, especially on like roofs, has decreased a lot in the last couple of years.
What was that word?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Do you say crick?
Roofs.
Do you say crick or creek?
Creek.
Okay, good. Just make sure.
Now,
yeah,
what do you call the little lobster things in the creeks? What do you call
crawdads?
Crayfish.
No, they're crawdads.
No, they're definitely crayfish.
No, they're crawdads.
Whatever they are, they're delicious.
Or a crawfish. Like, we have a lot of crawfish boils down here.
Shut up, Gunner. Shut up.
But we have a metal roof, so I'm not have to worry about a roof for 50 years.
Right.
But it's not like my coverage had went up. Like my house, I bought it for like mid fours. It's not like they're looking to replace now it's a $600,000 house. No, my coverage is still for mid fours. So why has my coverage tripled? Right. So it's not like inflation has affected how much my house is worth. So now it's more expensive to replace it. So things like this, we're now having to suffer the consequences of a society that is no longer high trust, because now you've got people. One, as we've seen last week of the report that came out about FHA loans, they're given like H-1B visas. We're getting an FHA loan for whatever amount they wanted, regardless of what their income was. Right, we're right back to the subprime lending we were in 2008.
Yeah, except probably way worse.
Way worse. It's way like, if y'all want to go down the financial rabbit hole one show, we can do that. But but seeing these things, because we're now getting to the point we're in a collapsing system, but it's not collapsing fast. It's just slowly degrading, right? And so what we're going to see is, like, for example, power. You're going to start seeing rolling brownouts because
Especially
right
as all the
now,
AI data centers come online.
and because I've got friends that work for Southern Co down here, which is a big power conglomerate that covers, Georgia Power, Alabama Power, and so forth, right? And these data centers they're wanting to build, like they're wanting to build one in Mississippi, and they have to build an entire power plant just for that data center, right? Which is going to make everybody's rates go up. They're going to act like the X or whoever is paying for it, but it's going to make everybody else's rates go up because X doesn't want to pay for it forever. They just want to pay for it for enough to get built. But now everyone's rates are going to go up because that large consumption of power is going in. But on top of that, majority of transformers are not made in the United States. They're made in, I know China is a big producer of transformers. I think India might be the other one. The other one's somebody like you wouldn't expect. But there's an 18-month backlog on getting new transformers. So you're having power companies who are making transformers last 100% longer than they're supposed to. Like if it was like a 15-year transformer, they're trying to stretch them out to 30 years, right? Because it's going to be forever for them to get. And then you have all these neighborhoods going up where they need new transformers for these, so the backlog is getting worse and worse and worse.
If we ever have a Carrington event, we're all done for.
Yeah, if you're on any type of like insulin or psychiatric drugs, like your shelf life's about 30 days. All right. That's why you have to be in shape. You have to be used to not eating, like skip a meal once a day at least. So when you have to skip a day, it doesn't hurt as bad, and you can still you don't get really bad brain fog. You have to be able to source your own water.
Go on, Bobby.
Well, they are more than meets the eye, and and you have to make yourself as resilient as possible because it's slow. The best book series to read about this is called 299 Days by Glenn Tate. This is his pen name. It's not his real name, and he basically, it's a fiction series, but it was written like 15 years ago, 20 years ago almost at this point, and it is spot on with what's going on. And he's almost like Nostradamus or something. But things are slowly degrading. We're losing trust in people, and all of our complex infrastructure is degrading. And it's going to get to the point where you're going to have people stealing copper from power lines and stuff to recycle and get money from it. Like we're 20 years behind South Africa at this point, and it's not going to get any better until we can become a high trust society again. And that won't happen if the left ever gets back in power, because if they get back in power, they're going for blood. Because everything Trump's doing now, they're going to do times 10.
It probably won't happen even if they never get back in power, but it definitely won't happen if they do.
Yeah. All right. So, and you don't have to bring up the article. I'm going to read this one more quote on it. The church's teaching on legitimate defense runs far deeper than modern pacifist interpretations admit. Pope Pius XII stated plainly that self-defense, especially when others' lives depend on it, can rise to the level of grave duty. Could you imagine? Imagine with me. Close your eyes and let's imagine. You have to go to confession because you have to get absolution for not protecting someone when you should have. Like that.
Yeah.
What kind of hit would that make to your self-esteem for the rest of your life? That is a regret you can never get over. When you could have done something and now someone's no longer here, right? Like that, you will never. The amount of guys I know who have survivor's guilt from Afghanistan war, Iraq war, whatever, which is why a lot of them self-delete.
No,
they just can't deal with it anymore. They can't stand that, like they're the only one of their fire team that survived an IED, and 10 years later they just don't want to be here anymore, and they self-delete. So with it possibly rising, because this is a papal magisterium, it's not the ordinary Well, I guess,
Ordinary universal. Well,
but regardless, an esteemed pope, right, who may be canonized one day, has made the comment that it could rise to grave duty, right? Which just reinforces everything we do on the show, right? Our goal here is to build a community for y'all to be able to bounce back and forth on, so that we can assist each other and to getting to the point where we have a community amongst ourselves. My long-term vision is like next year we have a Guns and Rosaries get together. We all go to my land, we camp out, shoot guns, eat food, have talks, right? We do that for like 2 or 3 days at least. I got plenty
be
of
like
land.
Catholic land movement except with guns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And just, I could do some, courses of fire, teach some training, have some guys teach like water purification, whatever, we can learn some stuff. And then we have those happen all over the United States. Like we'll have one here in the Southeast where I'm at, and we'll have one in the Northeast, one in the Midwest, in the Southwest, or, even in like Northern Texas, Oklahoma area, because that's kind of the Midwest too, just not Northern Midwest. But, having these all over the place, of people who may not be exposed to these communities to be able to be able to get that knowledge transfer that goes on. Of course, women folk will be welcome. Who's going to cook? We need somebody to cook.
We need sandwiches available.
Look, and we need women to learn how to shoot as well, because you got to pull security too.
Yep.
Can't do it by myself. Like with my wife, in the house, I've always explained to her, like, if someone comes in the house and bring in the house like this, you get your gun. I'm gonna lock the door when I go out. I'm gonna take care of it. You'll know my special knock on the door. If someone knocks on the door and it's not that special knock, shoot the door. Right? Because I'm gonna keep the kids upstairs. The kids aren't gonna come downstairs, whatever. But she has to know how to shoot to do that. Yeah. Thankfully, I taught her how to shoot. Right. So I'm it's just when it comes down to stress, like how's she going to react? But she doesn't have the time to be able for me to train her for stressful shooting, because she's got the family to take care of right now. Right. Mm-hmm. But yes, women will be, but you could cook beans, Hope. Beans are easy to cook.
Anyone can do that.
Anyone can cook beans. Just bring like 30 packages of ramen noodles. We'll make it work.
She does love ramen noodles.
My wife was asking for them last week. She said, we should get ramen noodles. I was like, baby,
no.
We grow our own chickens. We're not eating ramen noodles. Although I did take everybody to Applebee's on Sunday. My wife has been, because the night I asked my wife to marry me, I took her to Applebee's first, right? And then we have the statue in Birmingham called Vulcan. And I went up there and asked her to marry. So for 17 years, basically, she's been wanting me to take her to Applebee's again, just because, like, for nostalgia. And I've not let her, because, like, I'm not going to Applebee's. They microwave your food. Like,
100%.
Like, if I want a microwave dinner, I'll go to Publix and pick it up, and we'll eat that, right? So,
and if it was a microwave, it was boiled in a bag, for real.
So, because they all get their food from Cisco, like all of them.
Yep.
Right. So Sunday we're going to visit her great. We call her the great aunt. She comes in town on an RV sometimes, and we were going to visit her. And all the kids are hungry after mass. We didn't stay for potluck this Sunday. And, as anytime you ask her, like, where do you want to eat? And she's like, I don't know. I don't care. But they do care. They just
100% they care.
They want to say no to the first 4 things you bring up first before they finally say yes. Right. So I was like, let's go to Applebee's. She's like, you're not serious. I'm like, we're putting this thing to bed today. We're going to Applebee's. We're knocking this out. And we're not ever going back. Now I shot myself in the foot because my kids love Applebee's.
You poor man.
What? I'm so dumb. Did
you at least go on like $1 margarita day or whatever?
No, we did they had like a 2 for $25 thing. So you got like a free appetizer and 2 entrees.
Yeah.
Which didn't matter because after all the kids and all the drinks and I got everybody dessert, I was still over $100.
We'll do that.
What's a macro plastic? Is that like Glocks in your balls?
Well, but I mean, more likely to be like SIGs in your balls.
Another Fudd lore: you shouldn't carry appendixes; it might shoot off your junk.
Only with
Right.
SIGs.
Unless it's a 320. That's probably not happening.
Some people like to live on the edge, Adrian.
Did you ever see the video of the guy who shoots himself in the leg and he's carrying like the 3 o'clock?
Yeah, I did see that one.
It's classic. It's classic. Do you want to go over anything else in that article? Anything else that interests you?
Not really.
I've already talked to George from Chivalry Guild, and he wants to come back.
Sweet. Next
So
Monday.
we just got to find out. Maybe I got to find a date and see if he's able to do it.
Okay.
I think he's pretty amenable to the calendar. It's just a matter of making sure he doesn't have anything else going on. We're going to talk about some heroes of Christianity.
That'll be cool.
Go through some of that stuff. I'm gonna see if he can get me in contact with Raymond Ibrahim. See if I can get like the two of them on, and then just like let them talk, and then we just kind of interject occasionally. That'd be awesome.
When he was doing the game, because I've seen that one.
Oh, was that a Glock?
I don't know if that
Looks
one
like an
was.
Asian guy or something, wasn't it?
Couldn't tell the accent from the screams personally.
Who are you saying yes to, Gunner? Me or Rob? Was it the Asian guy, Gunner? Blink once.
I don't
yes,
think we
yes or
see his
no.
face or anything, so I don't know how you know he's Asian.
Well, because he's got like he's not round eye. He's
You think all we see is him point the gun at his
no, because he
junk?
turns around. It was it was the game. It was an Asian guy.
Hold on, let me do a quick Google search. Oh boy, Asian guy
We can't show the guns.
shoots his.
I mean, we're already off YouTube, so I guess we could. Asian dude shoots off mycopene.
Oh no, Adrian. So Googling Asian guy shoots his balls off just brings up MMA fights where people get kicked in the balls.
Those are the best.
I mean, I might watch those later, but
He was reholstering, right? Was that what he's doing?
no, he was playing the game, Adrian.
What are you talking about?
The stupid game where you take your gun,
Yeah.
you point it at your junk, and you play with the trigger until it gets to the trigger wall. You try not to shoot yourself in the balls. It was
Who
some
came up
stupid.
with this game.
I don't know. It was people. I saw videos of it on Twitter, and one guy actually. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
He was edging the trigger. I haven't seen that one. I saw one where they're doing like a game competition, and he was reholstering, and when he went to reholster, it got caught on his shirt as he put it into the holster, and it shot himself in the gonads.
Okay, what this
Man,
video
like
should
me.
not be as hard to find. Okay, so I see the video you're talking about. Guy shoots himself in testicle while holstering gun in Guadalupe County.
Yes.
I don't know if it actually has the video on this web report. I don't think it
Rapper
does.
almost shot himself mid-interview. That's a good one. Oh, yeah. He pulled that trigger right in his pocket.
You're seeing the video? Oh, he's got the video here.
Doc 2 gun.
Can I copy that?
Oh, technology is amazing.
It's a pain in the butt.
Did you see the one where the people are trying to steal the equipment from the construction site and the Mexicans were shooting nail guns at them?
Yes, I did see that one. That one was funny.
Man, Border Patrol picks all the best people. They're creme de la creme. When I was at Fletsy, some CBB chick shot herself in the leg reholstering. I don't doubt it. Fletsy is in Glencoe, isn't it? Was that South Carolina? Had a bunch of 1811s go out from the Marines, from like NCIS and stuff, go over there. Or had to do like dual duty to go over and do Fletsy.
Oh, did you actually watch that video he put in the chat?
No.
Do we want to?
Can I click on it? I don't think I can click on it. Have you watched it?
Yep. Okay, so there's no blood. So that makes it okay, right, guys?
We're already off YouTube. You might as well.
Might as well, huh?
And for
So okay, hold on. Do I have a banner for this? I have this might be Heresy banner. I have a story time with Anthony banner. Okay, viewer discretion advised banner. I do have one.
there
Okay.
we go.
There's no blood, nothing graphic, but do not do this at home. Never. This breaks literally every rule in the
I
book.
can't. This is insane. This is the game that people do.
Yes.
His skin tone is the wrong color. Oh, and it's with.
It's with a dagger. It's a PSA dagger.
Don't. Oh, come on, man. I bet. That's an improvised vasectomy, is what that was.
Oh man.
Glencoe, Georgia. That's right.
Sorry, everyone.
Golly, man. What a. Oh, that's horrible.
Gunner,
Okay, yeah.
good
just-
job finding that, but I kind of wish you
Yeah.
had it.
I can't believe people do that. That's that's a step up from the eating the Tide Pods.
Oh, it's way worse, right?
Like, well, like it's several levels up, but it's up, right?
Yeah, it's not good.
Like the Tide Pods weren't enough. Pooping purple for a while didn't scare me enough. Now I gotta edge the trigger. That's exactly why men don't live as long as women. You know where that's shown? You ever look up actuary tables of like how long you'll live if you have like certain things, like what kind of occupation and stuff you're in? You can find out, and like they're pretty accurate. They're like down to the year, how long you're gonna live.
Yeah, I don't need that in my life. Yeah, that was cringy. That was very
That was
cringeworthy.
super
Oh,
so bad. Because like by the fourth trigger, I was like, I'm just waiting for it. Like, when's it gonna happen?
ugh.
When's it gonna happen? It's gonna be so bad. That's so horrible.
PSA had to
Yeah.
be like, the guys at PSA had to be like, really, dude? With the dagger.
God, so bad. Oh my lord.
Uh,
All right. What else we got?
that was mostly it.
I think that was it. Let's see. I'm going
To
through
be
some
fair, as bad as that was, it still wasn't someone dying in a suitcase. You don't remember that episode of
Oh,
Plastic
yeah.
Avoiding Babylon?
Yes, I do remember that. Man, I've been around for a while.
You have been around for a while.
I've been almost. I didn't watch a lot of the trivia. I was around. I just didn't watch them because I thought it was stupid. But
No,
was-
everyone's gonna hate you now.
it was fun to watch. But I thought the trivia was stupid.
Fair enough.
You know, mostly because nobody knew the answers. You know, and like not that I knew the answers. Right? I didn't know some of the answers. I didn't know either. But like, come on, guys, you're gonna be a contestant. You gotta at least be like a catechist or something. You know, like.
The best
Jason
part was
did
just watching Jason argue
Yeah.
over the score.
Yeah, that was. You know, it should be that y'all should get somebody to ask you all the questions. Like
And
you
have
and
Ant
you
and
and-
I against each
yeah, you
other.
and Ant. Yeah,
He
just a
would
trivia video.
he would definitely win the scripture ones. He has
Yeah, I
that.
don't
I'll
know.
give him that.
Yeah, he's well versed.
I got all the random fact ones though.
Yeah. Have you seen? Do you follow Wardall on X?
Yeah.
So he's like I guess he's Reformed Protestant, maybe.
I think so. That's what it comes off as.
But I think he's on his way.
I think so too. Did you see who was at a TLM yesterday?
Who?
B&W Gorilla.
Oh, I did, because he's making those posts about how beautiful Catholic churches are.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure it was a TLM, but like all the
Well, that's the
ones that were
second one
veils.
he's been to, though. That's the second church he's posted comments about how beautiful Catholic churches are. But I think the issue for a lot of guys who may want something ancient, right?
Yeah.
And it's easy to go east for that because there's no such thing as an Eastern Novus Ordo.
Yeah.
But there's not that many of them. Like they're basically in major metropolitan areas, and that's it. And if you live in more rural areas, you're going to have much more access to a Catholic church because we actually believed in the Great Commission. So he has much more capability to find a Catholic church, and a lot, especially up in the Northwest, especially north of the Mason-Dixon, pretty much, you're going to find old churches.
Yes.
Because the population growth in the South didn't start really till air conditioning. Because before that, it just got too hot. It's too hot down here in the South for weak bloodline people. So Kevin James is not Catholic. I don't know why y'all spread that rumor around. You know what you ought to do? Spread the rumor that he's a SETI.
Oh my gosh.
And he has to come on the show to dispute it. But it's just that the institution has already been established for the Catholic Church in most of America.
Yeah.
So it's easier for him to go to that. So, because I've had that conversation with him on X, and he's talking about like he's leaning more towards orthodoxy. But I will say, because I used to be a part of his Telegram chat last year sometime, and a lot of his guys in his chat are Catholic.
Are there?
And some of the guys that he hangs around with are a lot of Catholic. So I think
That's
they've kind of steered him away from a lot of that, which is good because, you don't want anybody to go to hell. But everybody has to make that decision for themselves, especially when those TLM statistics came out. The new TLM, survey that came out. And I think everybody's making the wrong analysis of it. They're like, oh, it's only 22% were every Sunday, mass goers.
Of the Novus Ordo?
Yeah, I think it was total, right? Of both of them.
Yeah.
But that's indicative of the church right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like someone was arguing, like, well, they're not accounting for the every Sunday going Novus Ordo. Like, yes, they are. They're in the 22% because the other 78% are all the other people that don't ever go, right? And that's very indicative of the church right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what about the Novus Ordos that are devout? Like, well, they're in the 11%, that don't believe in abortion at the Novus Ordo. Everyone else at the Novus Ordo does, right? And it's just because it's easier to go along with what the society tells you and especially if your priest isn't teaching against it.
Yep.
Right? He wants to go along because he wants to get invited to all the big parties and the galas and everything. So yeah, he's gonna go along with that stuff too because he doesn't really believe either. Like,
especially when you hear from the Pope that immigration is just as much a pro-life issue as abortion.
I think the big worry is that we're gonna if Pope Leo is a Francis 2.0, everyone's concerned we're gonna have him for 15 or 20 years. But as we've alluded to, I don't think he's gonna last past 2029 or 2030.
If he does,
if the third secret of Fatima, the original and not the interpretation is correct, because we don't know what the actual interpretation is. If that is correct, he could be that bishop in white that actually, because everybody knows Francis wasn't the one praying for all the dead people. Like anybody serious that's watched what's happened the last 12 years knows that wasn't him. But I could see Pope Leo doing that.
I think whether you want to attribute, whatever's coming to the third secret Fatima or whatnot. I mean, I think we all, at least probably people who are watching this video, feel like something's coming, like something, like society's crumbling.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's probably actually crumbling in Europe faster than it is here, just due to immigration and things like that. When that finally does, when things finally do collapse, we will either need a new pope because Leo is, gone for whatever reason,
Mm-hmm.
or he will maybe finally see things as they really are, at that point. So either he'll step up or we'll have
maybe the interpretation of the Pope, being killed there and being shot, right? If I'm remembering my third secret of Fatima correctly. If I'm not, let me know. But maybe that's him dying in a conversion.
Could be.
Right. And he's like, okay, now he's doing his Pope Pius IX. reenactment, right? And then he becomes the Pope we need at the time. But I think 2029, 2030 is going to be pivotal, which is a big reason. Like, you need to be where you're going to be, and you need to go ahead and have your infrastructure built wherever you're at, or you need to build your community by then. And that could be, hopefully I'm wrong. And hopefully, like, by 2028, like, Vance comes in and he's like continuing the ship and like correcting things, because Vance is a lot better spoken and a lot smarter than Trump, but he's also got that Peter Thiel, influence we have to worry about.
Yeah, he does.
But once you're president, man, you got all that power. Like, some people tend to grow set at that point.
I mean, I think we're going to see things start to get exponentially worse summer of 28. Running up to the election. I think you'll see the beginnings of a color revolution here in the U.S.
Well, we saw it a bit this weekend with the No Kings thing again. They found, what was it, Representative Luna or whatever, found they pumped $300 million into that. Where are they getting this money? Apparently the USAID money hasn't been turned off. Unless Soros is like funding it. Because 300 million is a drop in the bucket to a guy who was at 86 billion.
Right.
So like, it's nothing for him. So they still have the funds. And so I think the heart in it is starting to wane, because you're starting to see interviews by former Antifa coming out and trying to tell other people like they need to get out of it because it's a losing battle or whatever. You're seeing like that's being allowed now. So you're allowed to see those interviews now. And so I think the heart may be starting to wane. Yeah. So I've seen rednecks put some tree stands in some weird places.
It honestly could be.
It could have been
just
there
a
for
good old boy
20
that
years.
likes watching airplanes land.
Yeah. And
don't
so
think
maybe,
so,
maybe it might be another Ryan Routh situation, but there was a neighborhood here in Birmingham that's $1 million houses all around it, and I found a tree stand in a 1 acre grove. Where there's a will, a redneck will find a way.
Some guy just wanted a place to sit when he had to, go for a walk or something.
You never know. But even still, like, how far? What was the distance on it to the tarmac?
I'm not sure, 100%.
Because there's nowhere to support yourself in a tree stand, unless you bring some type of, I don't know, some type of brace of some sort. But like, if you're just sitting in a tree stand, unless it's on the other side and you're using the tree to maybe, or you're hooked in with a harness and you're using the tree or something. But
200 yards.
200 yards is a chip shot, man. Like, it's super easy to hit a man-sized target at 200 yards, even with iron sights. But yeah, I mean, they're going to do everything they can. They don't care now. Like, we've seen it with Charlie Kirk. Like, they're willing to go after anybody and everybody. Which is a bigger, like, I don't like Steven Crowder very much. I think he's a horrible human being, but he has some good points about stuff. But that's a big reason he stopped doing the university stuff, because there was violence every time he did it. And he just
didn't he just restart it?
He did. He's done it once, I think. But I don't know if he's going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Who knows? But I mean, I get it. You got to. This fight's going to be a bachelor's game, right? It's going to be a bachelor's game for a while, until the men with families have to get involved, and then it'll be over fast, right? Because men with families who have been to war already and they know what they're capable of, because we have millions of combat vets out there, like at least 2 million, right? Of guys who have been through the war for 20 years, and they've trained their kids and such, right? So if these guys get involved and they know what they're willing to do to protect their family, like, that's when the revolutionaries need to be concerned. But until then, it's going to be a bachelor's game, because it's going to have to be the guys that have no family. They're going to have to basically creep that line up to the point of no return, which is why it's good. Like, a lot of Gen Z isn't married right now, because they're probably going to have to be the ones that are involved with this at the beginning.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's one of those things like even thinking about kind of counter protesting on Saturday, even our little town. Like,
Mhm.
what am I going to do? I'm not going to go with my family because that would just be imprudent and stupid. But even going
Mhm.
by myself, like, well, then I'm leaving my family at home on one of the 2 days a week I get to spend time with them, let alone putting
Mhm.
myself in some sort of potential
Mhm.
danger for no reason because counter protesting is not going to do too much. So,
Yeah. And especially when especially if the protesters have uh, oversight and coverage by the local institutions like the police and stuff. That's why you don't see the Proud Boys in like Portland or anything anymore, because they are being arrested for defending themselves.
yeah.
Right. It was a big reason why, like, if something ever popped off in downtown Birmingham, I'm going home. Like, I'm not staying around because I don't want to go to jail for defending myself or my family. Because they would. The DA there absolutely would. They're a Soros plant. Um, so it's just not worth it. But these young guys might have to be the ones that have to do that. What else we got? Anything? Anything been on your mind lately? I mean, I can't wait to talk about fill in the blank.
What?
It's for you. You got to fill in the blank.
Oh man, I don't know. Deer hunting's coming up. I'm excited for that. I don't know.
Do you bow hunt or do you just gun hunt?
No, I don't bow hunt. Last year was my first year hunting anything.
Oh.
Started with grouse last September, and then did rifle season for deer, and then muzzleloader. So this will be my second deer season. Hopefully, I have better luck than I did last year.
Did you see anything last year?
On my cameras, sure. In the middle of the night, yeah, big, huge eight. Well, I mean, 8 pointer is not huge, but for an 8 pointer, it was a big deer. But he
Yeah.
did not come around during the day one bit.
Do you get out there before sunrise or do you go
Mhm.
do you go in the evening?
No, I get out there. I'm usually in my blind an hour before sunrise. So because we can shoot half an hour before sunrise. So I like to be in there half an hour before I could possibly shoot.
Do
Now
you
this year I might go a little earlier even because I got the PVS 14 to help me get around in the dark a little.
yeah, I got you. Do you so with gun season up there, is it rifle or is it shotgun?
It's rifle. It's either or, right?
Either
But
or.
yeah, but everyone just uses rifle.
Yeah, it's like I like bow hunting. I like on my land, I hunt with bow because and I don't shoot because I only have really 40 acres. I'm worried about the people around me, but as well, like I don't want to scare the other deer because I do enough shooting over there as it is.
Right.
So I don't want to scare them anymore. But my 6.5 Creedmoor, I put a suppressor on it, so hopefully that I might do some. Like if I need the meat, I would shoot gun, but like right now it's more of just like a sport for me. Like
Yeah.
so because I grow all my own meat already, so and I don't need deer. Like I'm not a big fan of venison.
Oh, really?
Right? It's okay. Like I'll eat it if I have to, but I like fattier meat, and venison is not fatty whatsoever.
No,
Like if
it's
you have
true.
to, when you process it, if you have to mix in other animals' fat just to make it taste good, like that's why people usually just eat the back straps and then turning everything else into sausage.
Sausage or ground venison. Yeah.
But because I grew up on venison, that was in fact I ate more venison growing up than I did beef because we were poor, and the only meat we had was really what my dad could hunt. So it was
Yeah.
either that, squirrel, geese, duck, dove, or something like that. We ate a lot of game, and rarely do we have beef. But I could always tell the difference.
Mhm.
Like it's a huge difference. But now, like I just do it for the fun, and my kids want to go hunting with me. I'm like but my daughter, like a tradition in my family is your first deer, you have to take a bite of the heart.
Yeah.
Right? And that's all. My dad did it. My grandfather did it. My great grandfather did it. It came over from Germany in the late 1800s when they came over. Like that's always been our tradition. And she's like, I don't want to do it. I was like, well, if you're going to go hunting, you have to. Otherwise, you don't get to shoot. So we'll see if she actually does it. She just doesn't know I'm not going to make her swallow it. I was like, you just need to bite it. She thinks she has to swallow it. I haven't told her. I'm not going to tell her till it happens. If I get her to bite it,
Yeah, you mean raw, right?
Yeah, raw, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, I haven't done it with deer, but I mean, I'll cook beef heart.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know what rifle I'm gonna hunt with. I was thinking I have a 6.5 Sig Cross bolt action
Mhm.
that I was thinking of putting my suppressor on to hunt with, but I don't know.
I
See
have my
down
dad-
here, like the longest shots, because I'm in thick woods.
Yeah.
The longest shot you're gonna get is 50 yards.
Yeah.
So I mean, I could even just, I don't know. I have a ton of options. I could
Yeah.
hunt with my 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum handgun.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I've got a 300 blackout. I could probably shoot and go hunt with that.
I've thought about that too, because within
Or-
50 yards, that would work.
Because I heard those 1903 Springfields are amazing. That's word on the street.
I do have a Springfield M1A, and but that thing's heavy. If I'm going to bring
Yeah.
out a 308, a semi-automatic 308, I might as well just bring out an AR-10.
Because you got to walk with that thing. And then if you get a deer, you've got to drag the deer too.
Yeah,
You got a 200-pound deer, field dress might be down to like 160, but still you're dragging 160 pounds. 160 pounds is a lot of weight.
especially
That's it.
through thick woods. That's not going to be
Yeah.
fun. And so where I hunt, you can't shoot any antlers deer. So anything you shoot is going to have antlers. So you're either dragging them by that, or that's getting caught on trees and brush and
Mm-hmm.
4570.
What was this question?
If
what
y'all have a
were-
second, what and where would you all recommend for a young man living in a major metropolitan area, but I can work remotely? I don't know if he's saying I can work remotely and
And
move, or
where-
can't.
but I can work remotely and move. Like, where would I suggest you live?
Well, so if you can work remotely and move, get out of the major metropolitan area.
Yeah.
And then if you want to know where to live,
Well, I'll tell you one thing that I've been finding lately. Your more affordable housing is going to be in the Northeast.
Or any-
by far.
yeah, anywhere it gets cold, basically.
Yeah. Here in the Southeast, even here in Alabama, you can still find fairly cheap housing in certain areas, but you're not going to be close to like a Latin Mass or any type of reverend Mass, like even like a Unicorn Novus Ordo. You're going to have to drive. Like I have to drive 45 minutes right now to Mass one way. That's with no traffic. But south of me, there's a small town that you can get twice the house for this what I got mine for, and it's only 20 minutes south of me. If you're in Atlanta, get out of Georgia, because basically the northern half of the state is Atlanta. If you can get down to southern Georgia, where it's a little bit more sparse, but the thing is you have to have a reason for why you're moving somewhere, and you can't just move somewhere because it's cheap, right? Because you have to have community, and the best community for any of us is a good parish.
Yeah.
Even like George from Chivalry Guild, he goes to a very Unicorn Novus Ordo. They have a really good community, right? But he's up in Michigan, and so you have to have a reason for where you move. You need community. You can't do it by yourself. We are not meant to be by ourselves. We are communal creatures. We are created that way. Which is God created man and woman because He wanted us to be together and to be social. So my suggestion would be start traveling to some of these parishes in the neighboring states. Stay in the Southeast first. The quality of life is better. Culture's better. Your cost of living is going to be lower. You're going to be able to find a better house, especially if you can work remote. So stay in the Southeast, anywhere from Kentucky south. But start visiting some of these parishes. Like in Georgia, you've got St. Francis de Sales and Mableton. The problem there is it's with every other Latin Mass, people come from everywhere to get there. You have the SSPX up in Roswell, up in northern Georgia. In Birmingham, you've got our diocesan Latin Mass downtown. It's in the murder capital of the nation, though. So, but up north in Huntsville, Our Lady Help of Christians, is a fantastic. It's in a great little area, but it's a small parish, and they have 4 masses on Sundays because that's the only way they can fit everybody that goes there. And then we have a monastic Latin Mass in Coleman, which is halfway between Birmingham and Huntsville. Christ the King Monastery there. But then you get to Mississippi, there's nothing. There's no Latin Masses. You have to basically live close to New Orleans to be able to find a Latin Mass. I don't even think Memphis has anything, which is on the border basically of Mississippi and Tennessee. So, but have a reason for where you go somewhere. But also, if it's family, be near family if you can. Yeah, up in northern Kentucky, you've got Walton, where the priory for the SSPX is. And like, if you don't like the SSPX, get over it.
No, I was just gonna say, if you
Like-
like the TLM but don't like the SSPX, it's probably time to get past that.
The whole reason we still have the TLM is because of the SSPX. And you're starting to see it with younger fraternity priests too, because they do not have the inclination to the SSPX hatred like the older priests do.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason, because they see the writing on the wall, they say, "Hey, we've been in order for 30 years, and we still don't have a bishop that was promised to us." And then they see Rome is about to get rid of Opus Dei and get rid of their personal prelature, right? And they're going to have to be under the ordinary of whatever diocese they're in now. Like, they're starting to see the writing on the wall, and they're like, "Hey, maybe Lefebvre was right," and he was. But Northern Kentucky's great. You've got Lexington, which has a fraternity parish there and an old mission church. You've got in Louisville. You can live in Indiana as well and go to Louisville.
I forget
St.
which
Martin,
parish
Florida.
Enoch goes to.
He goes to St. Francis de Sales
Okay.
in Lexington. It's right outside of Georgetown. But in Louisville, you got St. Martin of Tours, which is a beautiful parish. Yeah. So
I wonder if
Northern-
we probably met him.
yeah, we probably did then. Callum goes there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That priest was a badass.
Well, I didn't get to stay long because I had to get out. So I didn't get
Did you go to mass that day?
I went to mass, but I had to leave right. Me and Saint Longinus, I believe. I don't want to
yeah.
use his real name,
Yeah, yeah.
but we had to get on the
Well,
road.
you saw that he was an amputee, right? The priest.
No, I did not
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah, he was a
You got a
I think-
leg?
yeah, leg.
Hmm.
Yeah,
No, I
he had a
didn't see that
blade
at all.
on.
Did he really?
I'm
Oh,
pretty
tink, tink.
sure.
Do you ever see that Cat Williams skit about Tink Tink?
I don't know.
About the marathon or the sprinter that he has 2 blades on, and people are mad that because they felt like he had an advantage.
I mean, I know who you're talking about, but I don't think I've seen the skit.
Yeah, they call him old Tink Tink. You should watch. You ever get a chance, you should watch it.
Cat Williams, Tink Tink. Okay.
But yeah, just have a reason for where you're moving somewhere. Whatever it is, and just make sure you have a good community. But stay in the Southeast because the culture is a whole lot better down here. Let's see. We got anything
I
else?
see Ecuador's shooting MLRS at some cartel in Colombia.
I'm still waiting for us to make landfall in Venezuela. I agree 100% with this.
There is a the Venn diagram.
It's
between
just
those-
2 circles over top of each other.
Yeah, that's true.
Older FSSPR Fudds. And I mean, if we want to bring Father Jackson in this, that really brings the bell curve down.
Had to go there, huh?
Well, everybody's got their issues.
Not issues like that.
Man, have you seen the ones with the Orthodox priests and some of the issues they've had? Man, they've got just as bad as a problem as the Catholic Church does.
I do believe that. I do believe that.
That's a big reason a lot of the Indian priests had to go back to India because
What?
they don't have they can't be trusted around women. We'll say they have an issue with space. So if you're in a diocese with a bunch of Indian priests, you probably see them switch out real fast, like out of nowhere they're gone. It's because they've had an altercation, more than likely.
And if it's a African priest, it's just because they literally have a wife or two back home.
Yeah, they're a jovial polyamorous folk.
Polygamous folk.
No, they're polyamorous. Or Miami.
Or Miami.
We could invade.
I'd say Cuba, but their cigars aren't even all that good anymore.
No.
Okay, we could invade Nicaragua, get their cigars. We could invade the Dominican Republic, get their cigars.
Yeah. We can invade Brazil.
What will we get there?
Everything.
What?
Do you know
What
how
mean
many?
everything?
Look, we have a bunch of Gen Z that need wives, and a bunch of Brazilians want American citizenship.
Okay, do you want a bunch of dead Gen Z males because their crazy Latino Brazilian wife murdered them? Because that's how you get a bunch of dead Gen Z males.
But then you'll have a bunch of when those Gen Z males that make it through 20 years of marriage are going to be the toughest men alive.
That's true. Okay, that's true. And the half Latino kids that they produce, hard as nails.
That Latino women is the Marine Corps' biggest kryptonite. That's why a lot of Marines, a lot of the units out in San Diego banned their Marines from going to Tijuana.
Probably smart.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys, we're gonna cut it.
Once we get off into the weeds like that, it's time to go.
Yeah, we just need to realize where we're at in the conversation. Before
we probably should have realized that right before we played the guy shooting himself in the testicles.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is you can upload that when we find.
That's true.
But join the Telegram, right? Get in the community. We've got a networking channel as well, so you can find people near you. So you can get together and do some training together. We got like a bunch of guys from Texas I'm trying to get all together to get them to go do something. But we got the competition going till the end of the month. But get in there, talk to some guys, ask questions. That's what it's all about. Where no one there's no dumb. Well, there are dumb questions.
There's some really dumb questions sometimes, but
we'll still answer it though. We will make fun of you, but we're basically helping you develop your level 4 skin.
So I did make a Rumble. I forget why I couldn't attach it to this yet. I'll figure that out. There is a Rumble out there. I just need to attach it to the account here. So that will happen eventually.
I'm surprised you didn't catch my faux pas there.
What?
Helping people develop their level 4 skin. After I said it, I immediately regretted it. I was like, oh.
Marking that to clip.
Be tired.
Okay.
All right, guys. We'll see y'all next week. And if y'all have a topic y'all want us to go over, comment send it in the comments, and I'll see what I can do.
Since we already showed firearms a couple times and got kicked, we might as well do this as the outro.
Let's do it.
Freeze, drop the gun! Okay, I'm dropping it.
You won't fully understand why the P320 is the first striker pistol worthy of the SIG name until you fired it for yourself. Experience the evolution.